Live from Austin, Texas, with host Rosie Newberry. Local trends, shopping, and more. This is Studio 512.
The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Ancira Salsa. Since the 1990s, 3 generations of the Ancira family have been selling their salsas in Taylor and areas around Williamson County, and it's time everybody else knew about their success. CMO Jesse Ancira III is here to tell us more. And Jesse, the first thing I want to ask about is about Ancira Salsa, a family-run business. Tell us a little bit about what it is you guys do.
Sure. I'm Jesse Ancira III, Chief Marketing Officer at Ancira Salsa. Ancira Salsa is our family-owned and operated salsa company out of Taylor, Texas. We are a specialty food supplier for grocery retailers, large-scale food distributors, and independent mom and pop shops, always keeping it local.
I like that you support local, being local yourself. Okay, let's talk about what you brought for us today, because you've got actually a lineup of salsas, starting with the least heat first.
Sure, I'll do a quick rundown. So this is the green, it's a tomatillo flavor, light and refreshing. This is the hot, a restaurant table style. Here is our smokiest, the 6-pack for 6 different peppers. Here we have the habanero, classic habanero pepper. Here is our new record heat, very spicy. And then this is my favorite, the pineapple habanero, our newest release.
You know what, I think you and I are going to get along palate-wise, because sweet and heat to me is a delicious combination.
Tropical fusion, I think you're going to love it.
I'm interested. Okay, I want to talk about how y'all got started, because as I said at the top, 3 generations. This goes all the way back to your grandparents.
Sure, my grandparents, Jesse and Josie Ancira Sr., developed these salsa recipes in the late 1990s. They would travel throughout Central Texas marketing and selling their salsas at farmers markets, local festivals, county fairs, and over time demand grew rapidly, and thankfully my father, Jesse Ancira Jr., had the foresight to commercialize the brand and build it into what Ancira Salsa has become now. So from the farmers market to now Central Market and beyond.
I think that's great. And just if someone's tuning in for the first time today and they hadn't heard of Ancira Salsa before now, what sort of salsa would you suggest?
Great question. I would recommend, if you're new to our brand, start with the green sauce. It's a tomatillo pepper, light, refreshing, not too spicy, gentle on the palate, present but still composed.
Ooh, you've really developed a palate for salsas over time. I should say so, by the 3rd generation. All right, Jesse, we really appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Find Ancira Salsa locally at Central Market, or to shop online or find a retailer near you, visit ancirasalsa.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Ancira Salsa.
Welcome to Epic Discounts by BestReviews.com. I'm Melissa Bergamini.
And I'm Jacob Palmer.
Be sure to take out your phone and scan the QR code on your screen so you can save on some amazing products. Let's start off with the air you breathe. This Lavoit Sprout air purifier. It is here to improve the air quality in your home.
And Alyssa, people love this brand, and especially this product, because it has a 3-stage filtration system. It traps dust, allergens, smoke, and even pet dander, leaving you with the cleanest, freshest air. It's perfect for people with allergies or anyone who just wants to breathe easier day to day.
Yeah, it has a sleek design, as you can see, perfect for any room, and it's quiet enough to run all day long without disturbing you. Next, let's talk about radiant, youthful skin. Everyone wants that, and this is with the Olay Super Serum.
I think this is one of those things that everybody is searching for all the time. And with this powerful serum, it's packed with vitamins and antioxidants, designed to deeply hydrate and target fine lines, wrinkles, and uneven skin tone. It's lightweight, fast absorbing, and gives you that glow from within look that everybody is seeking. Whether you're looking for smoother skin or just need a little extra hydration, this serum is a must-have in your skincare routine.
Jacob, you're speaking my language here, and trust me, your skin is going to thank you later. Now, let's talk about relaxation with the Easy Basics Facial Steamer, the Ionic Face Steamer.
So this is one of those products that trends for a reason. So imagine the ultimate spa experience right in your own home. And with this Ionic Face Steamer, it'll deeply hydrate and open your pores, giving your skin a deep, refreshing cleanse. It's perfect for helping with dry skin, blackheads, or even just relaxing after a long day. It's like having a mini facial feel every time you use it.
I like the sound of that. I am getting ready for my wedding, so I might be taking this home with me. Plus, it's compact, so you can easily store it when it's not in use. And after all that self-care, let's talk about some comfort with the Zoomra pillow slippers.
I mean, these are named perfectly because these slippers are so cozy, you'll feel like you're walking on clouds. With a memory foam insole and a cushioned pillow-like feel, they provide all-day comfort for your feet. Whether you're lounging at home, running errands, or just relaxing, these slippers offer the perfect balance of comfort and support.
Who doesn't want some extra comfort? Your feet deserve this, and of course, they will thank you later. Let's take a look one more time at all 4 products. Take out your phone and scan the QR code on your screen and get ready to scan, shop, and save with epic discounts by bestreviews.com.
The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Texas Wine Auction Foundation. Hey everybody, wine lovers, listen up. There is an upcoming event that you don't want to miss. Dave Bryant is joining us to tell us more about the event that he co-founded called the Texas Wine Auction Foundation, a very cool thing. Dave, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us. And you were born and raised in Napa Valley, so you know wine inside and out.
I do.
Yeah, but you came here to Texas to put down some roots. What drew you to our wine growing area?
So Texas is it's an amazing wine growing area because you have such a giant state that you can really find any type of microclimate and great place to grow grapes anywhere in the state. But what drew us here is the opportunity out in Fredericksburg. Growing like crazy, and it kind of reminded me, my family, as Napa Valley in the 1980s or 90s.
Oh man, when I heard from my in-laws that it was free to go to tastings, and I've been to Napa Valley in the last couple of years, that's no longer the case.
Not free anymore. In fact, those were the good old days.
The good old days. Okay, talk to us about what the Texas Wine Auction Foundation supports, because it's actually 2 really cool different arms.
Yeah, it's an amazing organization that we co-founded a few years ago. We support sustainability within Texas wine industry. So we fund all kinds of cool things through the Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, as well as things like scholarships and fun things for kids to try and keep them in our industry. But the heart and soul really is all about mental health. So within Fredericksburg and Gillespie County and kind of the greater Hill Country area, we've worked really, really hard to kind of identify what the needs were. And so if you're a hospitality professional, you work in a vineyard or work at a winery or a hotel, you can come to us and we will help refer you out to agencies that we fund in part and in whole to help you with counseling and professional growth and all these cool things that I think really helps the people that end up helping you when you come out to visit Fredericksburg.
Wonderful. When I think about customer service, because I've had a lot of customer service jobs, I think about the fact that a smile cannot leave your face while you're on shift the entire time, and sometimes that can be really draining, even have a negative impact on your mental health. What are some of the services that you found that people are really needing?
So those mental health and the counseling services have been amazing. So we've funded and helped 300 individuals within our industry go and do these counseling services and gotten amazing feedback on helping them with their stress levels, helping them with their blood pressure, helping them deal with things that maybe aren't necessarily associated with the wine industry, but in other areas of their life to make them more fulfilled and more happy, and ultimately, hopefully help them be better servers and winemakers and people out there growing grapes.
Absolutely, and better creative minds, because Fredericksburg, as you said, is still a growing area. My family just came in town. They could not believe how many wineries there are out there now. How have funds raised to date, and I'm going to say $750,000 in the last 3 years, huge, impacted the community? What do you feel like is the feedback there?
So we've deployed a lot of those funds, and we still have some in reserve that we're using for innovative things. Like our big announcement this year is we're funding actual counselors to go into the Fredericksburg ISD middle school and high schools.
Lovely.
So we'll pay for that in partnership with Create Healthy, which is Methodist Hospital in Fredericksburg. But we've been able to do all kinds of cool things. We're working on creating new American viticultural areas, which are really, really neat, and they kind of help to better define our industry from a grape growing standpoint. Sustainability projects through Texas A&M, doing research projects of how much water are we using, what's the soil types, how can we really try and make the best Texas wine possible, but also give it a sustainable future. And then, we've founded things like Grafted, which is a women's empowerment kind of group that we help fund, and it really helps kind of create paths and help women that are in the wine industry to become more prominent within the industry.
Because right now it is a minority, isn't it?
It is, but there's some phenomenal men, obviously, but there's so many amazing women, and The dirty little secret in the wine industry is that women actually have way more taste buds than men do. So this goes back to hunter-gatherer days, right? Guys were out there clubbing stuff. Women were tasting berries and making sure that they weren't poisonous. Right? So not only are they probably smarter than we are, they actually have more taste buds, which makes but it makes them phenomenal winemakers, great tasters of wine. And with everything going on in Fredericksburg and all the parties and the bachelorettes, there's definitely lots of wine to drink.
Absolutely, good sommeliers. I love that. All right, talk to me about what's unique about your upcoming auction. There's a silent and a live version, but basically you want to take the stuffiness out of it.
Yeah, there's no pretentiousness in I think most of Texas wine. We've all been to, being in the wine industry, I've been to a bunch of wine events, and a lot of them are very snooty.
Noses
that's
in the
that's
air.
not at all what we're trying to do. We throw a party first. We want to have fun. Obviously, we want to raise as much money as possible, but we're using local chefs to create phenomenal meals. We have over 40 wineries involved this year, so you can come taste wines from 40 different wineries, which is tough to do in one place a lot of the time.
Sure is.
And we, the silent auction, I think we're at 80 or 90 items now. We'll have 15 live auction items, trips to other wine regions, crazy giant bottles, all kinds of really cool things that go to support our causes through the 501c3.
Where it's like a Jeroboam, the wine bottles get huge and then they get like king names.
Yeah, so we've actually started this year one. We do a 15 liter, right, which is like, it's a giant bottle of wine. And this year I think we've got 19 different wineries that we blended their wine to go into one bottle. So it's an incredibly special bottle. Our favorite sponsor has bought it 3 years in a row, and he's told us this year he's not going to do it, but I still am holding hope that I think he's going to make it happen.
Okay, and of course, KXAN's own Erica Brennis is going to be emceeing it, so we want to give a shout out to her. And then real quickly, just remind me, limited tickets, what's the date? We want people to get in.
Saturday, April 26th, in Fredericksburg at Archway Resort. Amazing spot. Again, limited tickets. We're down to I think 15 tickets left. So get your tickets now. If you can't join us in person, you can go to the TexasWineAuctionFoundation.com or TexasWineAuction.com to donate, to check out these silent auction items, as well as, give us a call when you're coming to Fredericksburg. Come hang out and have a good time.
Yeah, you guys are doing some really cool stuff for the ground and for the people too. All right, we really appreciate your time, Dave. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, get your tickets for the event now. As you heard, those tickets are running low. Head to TexasWineAuction.com to learn more. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Texas Wine Auction Foundation. Welcome back. Are you looking for ways to fire up your exercise before summer? Kim Eagle with Earn That Body is here to make your strength workout harder without adding weight. Okay, first of all, we got to start with strength workouts. That's step number one for me. But Kim, the first question I want to ask you, and good morning, by the way, is talk to us about why someone would not want to increase weight. Because in strength training, my thought is you start, small, and then you go as big as humanly possible.
Right. And that is definitely, a goal for some people, but there's going to come a time where you probably just can't lift any heavier. I mean, I'm at a place where with free weights, I just can't even hold a weight much heavier than that. So when that happens, I make a few changes. Not to mention, what if you're injured? Like, I also have some back issues. So sometimes lifting too heavy doesn't feel good, but I still want to get a great workout. So you can change what I call changing the base to make the workout harder.
Changing the base. Okay, your first tip is to use a bench?
Yes. So instead of your feet, instead of standing and doing all your weights from your feet, what if you added something like an exercise bench? So with this particular bench, which I happen to love, I'll do a lot of incline work. And so an example would be that you can lay on your stomach, you can do your back rows on this incline. You can do posterior deltoids on this incline, which is killer. And when I do that, it's not about lifting heavier. If anything, I'm lifting on the lighter side, but getting a different kind of intensity. So a bench is a great way to go.
Not only that, but it kind of holds you in place. I feel like it might help you with your form a little bit because you can see just how far back you're going and that sort of thing.
Yes, it's great for form. And again, because I have some back issues, I feel like I have more stability. So it feels better for my back.
Gotcha. Okay. An exercise ball, I don't think I've ever seen anyone use in real exercising. So will you show us how you get use out of this?
Yeah, I mean, there's a million workouts that we can do on an exercise ball. But the nice thing about them is if you sit on them, it creates this very unstable base, right? So all of a sudden now I'm like engaging in my core and all these other muscles, my hips, my glutes in a different way. So I'm already firing differently. And on the ball, you can do your basic moves like shoulders, you can do biceps, but I'm engaged in so many other ways. And because of that instability, I have to go a little lighter, but I still get such a great workout. And I feel it differently. And that's kind of the goal too, is change it up, not necessarily just heavy weights, but just changing it up to feel it in a different way.
Absolutely, and you're getting work out of more muscles. So
Yes, exactly.
kind of a little secret benefit there. Okay, how about changing foot position, if you would?
Yes. So I'm gonna move this, which is like super easy to move. Like this particular bench is just so light, which is nice. But sometimes change your base just means change your foot alignment. So I'll get these weights that are a nice square base that I like, and I'll put my heels up on them. So now instead of being flat footed, I'm up here and I will take squats like this. And now I've just pushed everything into my quads instead of so much into my glutes. I'll do it with weights or without weights, but it totally changes how you feel the move. So again, it's not always about lifting heavier. It's about changing the base where you have your feet or your body position, and that can make all the difference.
Okay, I am going to ask one question. Where should our feet be for like normal foot position? Like I've sometimes heard like one in front of the other, shoulder width apart. Just want to hear from the expert.
Well, like it depends what you're doing, obviously, but I'm a big fan of just positioning those feet directly under hips with a slight bend in the knees. So don't lock out and hyperextend those knees. Always a very slight bend, and make sure that this tailbone is pointing to the floor and not tucked under and not arched like that. So just that sort of nice neutral feet under hips is a great base to be when you're lifting weights.
Okay, I'm practicing here in the studio. Okay. I want to ask about your newsletter. It's always a free thing to sign up for, and people can get a ton of info from it.
Yeah, so the monthly newsletter is great. I always do a free recipe. Sometimes I do free workouts, some education. So if you go to earnthatbody.com/newsletter, you can get on it. It just comes out once a month.
Wonderful. And you've got something else that's launching on Monday that we'd like to share a little bit about called Build in 20, right?
Yes, I'm so excited about it. The Build in 20 program starts Monday. So if you're interested, just shoot me an email, kim@earnthatbody.com. But what it is 20-minute strength workouts. Which is that not just ideal, Rosie? Is like get that workout done in 20 minutes and move on. Like to me, that's become my new norm. But the great thing about it is you can also stack the workouts on top of each other. So if you want a longer workout, you can stack those 20-minute workouts.
I love it. Yeah, that's about how much time I've got.
Right. And honestly, Rosie, doing something is always better than nothing. That's why I made them 20 minutes long.
We appreciate you, Kim. Thank you so much for your time. And guys, learn more about all of Kim's services to get you feeling great right now at earnthatbody.com. Welcome back, everybody. Today we have an adorable puppy from Texas Humane Heroes joining us. Chief Development Officer Jane Wisnant is here to introduce us to our pet of the week, and she is a wiggly, excited little mess. She's precious. Jane, good morning.
Good morning.
Who do we have here?
This is Emma.
Emma is struggling to be held, so
Yes.
we're going to let her down and let her run around just a little bit because she's having a lot of fun playing around here in the studio. Can you tell us a bit about Emma?
So Emma is 3 months old today.
Oh.
She is available for adoption. She is all puppy. So if you are ready for a puppy and what comes with the responsibilities of the potty training and teething control, because she is definitely teething and loves to chew.
She wanted to chew on my homework, y'all.
Yeah.
My little note card. Look at these just absolutely precious pictures of her, though. You can see her big old eyes. She is so cute. She's got a ton of personality, and she's got that one white paw, which I think is really precious on her on her left-hand side. She did a really good job posing for these pictures.
Yes.
She doesn't want to do so much here in the studio. Let's talk about who'd be a great home for Emma. You said somebody who understands what it is to have a puppy.
Yes. So she, like I said, she's only 3 months old. So she's not quite potty trained. She is very much teething, so you'll have to be...
I'm sorry, I'll stop you. We've got Christian Long right off camera from Texas Humane
trying
Heroes,
to control
and he's
her.
trying to like push her in. Christian, you can just come into this shot.
Yes, but she is very much teething.
Oh,
so somebody
sweet thing.
who is prepared to train her, prepared to teach her the correct things to chew on, teach her all of the ways of living with a happy family, and patience, definitely patience is necessary when you're dealing with puppies.
Do you think she'd do well with other dogs, like an older dog who could say, like, this is the way we dog?
Yeah. She, right now, she is in, with us, she's in with litter mates. So she's been around other dogs. I think she would do well with an adult dog who does well with puppies.
Gotcha. Okay. Meet and greets, though, always
definitely.
suggested.
Yes. If you have a dog at home and you want to come adopt, definitely bring your dog to meet and greet and make sure they get along as part of the adoption process.
Gotcha. To me, she's pretty tiny still at 3 months.
Yes.
How big do you guys think she's going to get?
When she came in, we estimated that she would be about 45 pounds full grown, but now at 3 months, she may not quite be that big.
So she might still be a pretty good size, even if you're maybe an apartment dweller or something like that.
Yeah.
She is going for the shoes, y'all. She
loves
thinks
the shoes.
the shoes are a little toy. You can chew on me, honey. That's okay. Oh, look at you. You're so precious.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I love talking about Emma, but you guys have a lot going on, so I want to make sure we cover that as well. First of all, you've just done a huge intake of other puppies.
Yes.
And so things are busy right now at Texas Humane Heroes.
So last Tuesday, we took in 22 dogs, 19 of them were puppies, and those will all be available for adoption this weekend. We are also open to having fosters come take care of them. A few of them have already made it out to foster, and yeah, they're very cute. There's a lot of them. They're very fluffy.
And they need very good homes.
Yes, they do. They do need good homes. And then we have adult dogs too, so if you're looking for something that you don't have to train, we've got those as well.
Someone who already knows what it's like to be pottied and walked outside and all of that good stuff. This little one is just so sweet. So those are all going to be up for adoption this weekend. Then you guys have a couple of big events coming up. First of all, Tails and Trails. I know you're so excited to be sponsored by HEB.
Yes.
Remind me what that event is, because it's coming up on May 10th.
Yeah, so Tails and Trails is an opportunity that we thought would be a good way to bring the public in to see the entirety of our property. We have 22 acres. We've got a trail that runs through, and it is a trail that our staff utilize to walk the dogs sometimes, and we want to show it to the public. So we thought we would create an event. It's free to attend. If you are able to, we would love if you set a fundraising goal to fundraise, and we've got tools to help you do that. Yeah, it should be fun. We're going to open up a play yard. You can bring your dog to walk the trail with you and let him play in the play yard with some new doggy friends.
I think it's great. A great opportunity to get some fresh air, get outside, and maybe even, you know, not only make doggy friends, but make human friends as well.
Yeah.
Then after that, this is the first time I'm hearing of this League of Super Pets coming up on June 20th.
Yep. So we are partnering with the City of Leander Parks and Rec Department to host a family movie night on our property. So we'll be showing a movie on the lawn. It'll be the DC League of Super Pets. We'll have it go at sunset. So it'll be a later evening. So if you've got little kids, my little kids won't be coming, but it'll be a good opportunity for
maybe slightly older ones.
Yeah, older elementary aged kids. So
yeah, and I'm guessing we can bring pets to that too.
Yeah, if you'd like to bring your pet, you're welcome to bring your pet. We just always want to remind the public, if you bring your pet to property for events, that they are still your responsibility.
Sure.
You got to pick up after them and all the things you typically would.
Gotcha. Okay, good to know. And then if somebody's watching today, by the way, one thing I haven't said about little baby Emma over here yet is that she has that puppy thing where they still haven't figured out, like, just pure walking. Look at her going for the toes. She kind of still like hop skips when she's really happy, and it's just an absolute joy to see. If someone's interested in adopting Emma, how do they start that process?
So you just need to come visit when we're open. So Tuesday through Sunday, we are open, and find one of our staff. Our staff will be in red shirts, and you can just say, hey, I heard about Emma on TV, and I'd like to meet her and potentially adopt her. And if Emma's not your dog, then you can check out the plenty of other dogs that we have available while you're there too.
So many options right now. Okay. All right, Emma, go for it. You get that bed, sister. She's done about as well as we can expect a brand new puppy to do. We really appreciate your time, Jane. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, learn more about ways you can support the shelter and inquire about adopting Emma at humaneheroes.org. Welcome back, everybody. Whether you're an expert or maybe you're just starting out, we have the place for your fiber craft needs. Joining us today is Erin Battle, owner of Yarn Matter. She's here to show off some of her colorful collections and to give insights into the workshops that she offers. And we're happy to have her. Erin, good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
So we were talking off camera. This was a pandemic change for you. You got into crocheting in 2020 of all things.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about, what lit you up about seeing these patterns and these colors and bringing things together.
Yeah, no, well, first of all, I discovered the world on Instagram of this fiber industry. And that's what really inspired me to start Yarn Matter. And then I discovered that you could dye yarn with things in your kitchen that I already had, like avocado pits and skins, onion skins. So that's what kind of started me down this rabbit hole.
Gotcha. And so I'm hearing sustainability is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing there's like an environmentally conscious edge to this.
Yes.
I do want to say you were in your master's degree for what?
Electrical and computer engineering.
Electrical and computer engineering, everybody, before we got into this. But tell me now that you've started Yarn Matter, what it is that you offer.
Yeah, so mainly I offer this hand-dyed wool, so I hand-dye all myself.
Wow.
And exclusively with natural dyes.
I'm shocked that you can get some of these colors from natural products.
Honestly, me too.
Yeah. What are some of the things that you can use to get some, like I'm looking at this beautiful lime green. What on earth made that?
Yeah, so actually on each skein tag, I have the materials written. Just when people come see it in person, they're always interested in that.
Well, I'm looking one up. Extra pure sock, 100% extra fine merino wool, dyed with weld and madder. What's weld and madder?
So weld is like a plant and it produces a yellow. And then madder, it's called madder root. And you can actually plant it. It takes a few years to be able to harvest it and get the color. But yeah, it produces the red.
Oh my gosh, and it's like a gorgeous sunset ombre skein. You told me that's the correct way to say it, skein of yarn. You currently have a pie collection, and that's a lot of what you brought today. It's available for pre-order. Can you tell me more about it?
Yeah, so there's 16 colorways. 9 semi-solids and 7 variegates.
And variegate just means that you're seeing different colors in the yarn.
The multicolors.
Okay.
And these are the semi-solids up here.
I'm gonna get a whole new vocab list at the end of variegates. Okay, skein, I'm picking up on it. When are the pie collection colors going to be available?
So they're available now.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Yes, and the last day to get them is actually tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so she's brought us like a time crunch here at Studio 512. You gotta get moving today, guys, if you want some of these. You also brought with you kind of some instructions on how to do natural dyeing. Can you walk me through what I'm looking at here?
Yeah, so here is the process that I'll teach in classes for solar dyeing. So this isn't typically what I do to get these colors, but I find that this is easier to teach in classes and it's a fun group activity. So what I'll have you do is we'll just take the yarn out.
Okay, and this is, oh my gosh, it feels really amazing.
It's a little wet.
And it looks like spaghetti, so it's making me hungry. And you've brought along what I have to say look like onion skins.
They are.
They are. We're dyeing with onion skins today.
And this was actually dyed with onion skins.
It's such a gorgeous green.
Yeah.
Okay, so what color does this kind of yellow onion skin make?
It'll range between a yellow and a brown.
A yellow and a brown, okay.
Yeah.
And how much do you put in?
There's a bit of a rule, but for this, as much as you want.
Okay, I'm just stuffing tons in there.
Yeah, just pack it in there.
Yeah, and some red onion skin
variety.
to go in it. And so this is just the stuff that you could peel off your groceries at home, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so you've been pre-soaking this wool in what?
Just water.
Just water, okay.
And then So the dyeing process requires a mordanting step, which allows the dye to properly adhere to the fiber.
Okay.
So this has been pre-mordanted.
Okay. What's mordanted mean?
It's a metal salt. So what I use is like aluminum sulfate.
Okay.
And then it's basically just a process of having this mordant bind to the fiber, which then allows you to go into the dye process.
It absorbs.
And then,
Gotcha.
And then the dyes will bind to the fiber.
Okay, and is that something that's available like at Joann Fabrics or?
Honestly, so the umbrella term is called alum.
Okay. Oh,
and you
yeah,
can
I've heard of
actually,
that.
yeah, you can find it in grocery stores.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So this really can be an at-home experiment.
Yeah.
So you've cleverly got a little cable cord.
Yes.
And then so you stick it all back in together, and then how much water do you fill it up with?
Yeah, so you can just fill it up until it covers the yarn and the materials in there. And then what you do, you just leave it out in the sun for a few days, and you'll start to see the color develop.
Gosh, that's really cool. And then I'm guessing there's a washing period afterwards to make sure it locks in.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
So I'll wash it with some soap and make sure all the excess dye comes out. But yeah,
And
it's
then
ready to go.
you can work with your own dyed yarn. That is so
Yeah,
cool.
and then it
Okay.
becomes something like this.
Wow. Okay, so that's the sort of coloring that we can get from
Yes.
these two. Oh, so cool. That's so cool. I love learning things. All right, you're going to be at the Yellow Rose Fiber Fiesta in Seguin, so not too far. That's just a quick drive here from Austin. That's coming up at the end of the month. Real quickly, could you tell me about that?
Yeah, so it's basically like a trade show. There's going to be a whole bunch of yarn, fiber, like notions, like little accessories for knit and crochet, anything related to those crafts you can basically find there.
Awesome. And we can visit with you.
Yes, and I will be there.
Okay.
There's a bunch of vendors from all over Texas.
Lovely. And then just in our last 20 seconds, you do offer classes, and I want to make sure people know about that. Things like dyeing.
Yes.
But can you talk to me a little bit about the other classes you offer?
Yeah, so dyeing, and then I'm doing crochet classes, Tunisian crochet classes, and those can be found at Knit ATX or Fiber Fate.
Okay, I didn't even know that Tunisian crochet was a type of crochet.
Yeah, that's this sweater.
Oh, that's this sweater, and it's gorgeous on you.
Thank you.
I learned so much today. Okay. All right, I appreciate it, Erin. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Of course. Don't forget to check out Yarn Matter at the Yellow Rose Fiber Fiesta on April 25th and 26th down in Seguin. And as you heard her say, you can shop all offerings at yarnmatter.com. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Capital Chevrolet. Silverados, Corvettes, Trax, Equinox, Trailblazers, and more are sold at Capital Chevrolet. General Manager Abraham Garcia is here to tell us more about what's on offer at the dealership. And Abraham, if you would, my first question for you is just about Capital Chevy. Can you tell us a little bit about what it is y'all do here?
Absolutely. So Capital Chevrolet has been around since 1938. And we just serve the community. I know that they started off in 5th Street originally. They moved on out here to the Motor Mile is what they call it. And it's an amazing place to be. I think the vibe, the energy here is amazing. We're thankful for all the customers that we've been able to sell for years. And it's a staple town of Austin, and super proud to be here.
Absolutely, since 1938. I mean, you guys have really been here a minute. A huge place as well. Wonderful opportunity to see lots of sparkly cars. Let's talk about you being here at the dealership, because actually it's just been about 6 months since you've come here and become general manager. Tell me about what you bring to the file.
It has. So I moved here from San Antonio, Texas, October of last year, and just be blessed, right? Just to be able to take over this store. And I bring a whole lot, right? I bring a whole lot of change, I believe. What I believe in the car business is, this is a new change to me, taking over this store and just, like what I said earlier, what it means to Austin. But I bring a whole lot. I bring a lot of experience and the same energy and the same commitment to serving customers. And I think that's something that's very important in this business, that some people do lose along the way, just the importance of just taking care of people.
Absolutely. It's also leadership for your staff, who you are charged with taking great care of, and that's really important to you too.
It's very important. I believe the two things in the business world is growing and leading, right? Setting a good example for them and showing them and kind of just molding them to the vision that I see. I think the vision that I see is that I've always done, that I've always lived by, is be courteous to customers. Be considerate of people's times, and always doing it right the first time. And that's the three principles that I've always taken with this business.
So if someone is in the market for a new vehicle, what would you say to them?
Come see us. You know, we are the #1 volume Chevy dealer here in South Texas, Austin, all the way down to the valley, and you know, we're going to take care of you. You know, if you've got a trade-in, bring it. We are tight on used car inventory too, and believe me when I tell you, we'll do anything possible to just, you know, get you in a vehicle and serve you.
Well, that is really wonderful that you put yourself out there like
Absolutely.
that. And I think I can see the leadership coming out. Abraham, we appreciate your time today. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Ask for Abraham when you stop by in person on the Motor Mile or visit them online at capitalchevy.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Capital Chevrolet. Hey, we are happy to be able to offer you some help if you're out there searching for jobs. KXAN has partnered with ZipRecruiter to help you find thousands of job openings in Austin and around the country. Just go to kxan.com/jobs where you can search thousands of new postings every single day. Check it out right now and get started on the path to your next career. We have a lot of fun here on Studio 512. If you missed any of our great segments, be sure to check out our website where we like to post the fun things we do. Our feed covers content like arts and entertainment, food and drink, fashion and beauty, home and garden, stuff for kids and pets, as well as information from area experts. In addition, you can check out web-exclusive content that you can only find on Studio512TV.com. We also love to post behind-the-scenes funny moments, outfit inspirations, and more on social media. Find us by searching for Studio 512 on your favorite platform. You don't want to miss a single post. Be sure to follow us, check out our website, and watch us every weekday at 11 a.m. right here on CW Austin.